Hey guys, Hades here. All right, this will be the second one for my. Okay, let's just say this is 1B, right? Random 1B. It's the second part of the last one. Also, I have 1A and 1B together on a live class if you're interested in that. Okay, so we're doing random stuff. Let's move on. All right. What is the difference between fun and funny? What is the difference between bored and boring? What is the difference between he and she? Okay, I did this live with a Chinese class, and a lot of these lessons, at least parts of them, are geared towards Chinese people, but you don't have to be Chinese for these classes. Okay, difference between fun and funny. Fun is something you enjoy, right? That you enjoy doing. You have fun, right? I like playing poker. It's fun. I like going out and drinking beer with my friends. It is fun. Funny is something humorous that makes you laugh, right? I've had students get these confused. That's why I mention it. What's the difference between bored and boring? Bored is how you feel. Boring is something that makes you feel bored, right? So bored, usually you would feel bored. You don't feel boring. Something that is boring makes you feel bored. So I've had students in the past, right? I say, "How are you?" They say, "I'm boring." What they mean is they're bored, usually, right? A person can be boring, right? Joe is very boring. He makes me bored, right? Maybe their personality is very bland, unexciting, right? But normally, how you feel would be bored, right? Not boring. And the difference between he is male and she is female. I bring this up not for every language learner, but particularly for Chinese language learners. They often get these confused. Even the most fluent people, some of my colleagues who are Chinese, would sometimes get these confused. Just remember, he is male and she is female. Of course, they do remember that, but for some reason, when they're speaking quickly, they'll get them confused. Here's another random image, Yoda Hulk. Okay, here's an image of Predator. So, what do you think we're going to talk about now? What is a predator? What does prey mean? What's the difference between prey, P-R-E-Y, and pray, P-R-A-Y? Can a human be a predator? What is a pun? A predator is any animal that attacks and eats other animals. We would call them predators. Prey is a verb used to describe what a predator does to other animals. Also, prey can be the animal that gets eaten, right? So look at the bottom picture there. The cat eating the deer, right? The cat would be the predator, the animal would be the prey, and the act of what it's doing is preying on another animal. Pray with an AY is the act of attempting to commune with a god or gods. Really quickly here is a pun. A praying mantis is also a praying mantis. Look at the top picture. That's a praying mantis. It was named such because it looks like it's praying, P-R-A-Y, right? But it also preys on other animals. It kills and eats other animals. So it's a praying mantis and a praying mantis. A human can be a literal predator, like a hunter, if if that person eats what it kills. A human can also be a figurative predator, like a sexual deviant, someone who likes kids, basically. I've never liked that analogy. For example, the earlier analogy, calling a person a parasite, that's a great analogy. This one, I think people were lazy. I think you could have come up with a better analogy than predator. But often in English, at least in American English, when you refer to a person as a predator, it means, yeah, they're kind of chasing kids. All right, also, Predator is a film franchise based on an alien that hunts and kills people. But the animal doesn't eat people, so also not, not the alien doesn't eat people, so also not a great analogy. But the first film in the franchise is very good. Second one is okay. Third one is okay. The rest I could do without. This is another random image. I think it's funny. Let me know in the comments if you understand the joke here. Okay, let's go through these puns. This might take a little time. During the live class, I stopped going through all of them. It was too much to do in an hour. But let's go through these quickly. A pun, remember, has two or more meanings, right? So let's figure out what these mean. What happened to the guy whose left side was cut off? He's all right now. The two meanings, right? All right meaning okay, and all right meaning no left, right? He's only got his right side left. The book about anti-gravity is impossible to put down. Okay, one meaning of impossible to put down means something is very good, very entertaining, right? A book, if you say you can't put it down, it's so entertaining you want to keep reading it. And they also mean literally impossible to put down. It's about anti-gravity, right? Gravity makes things fall to the earth. So it's impossible to put down, literally. All right. He knew how to juggle, but he didn't have the balls to do it. Okay. Yeah, so this one, having the balls to do something, figuratively, means having the courage, right? Having the courage to do it. But they also mean literally. He had no balls to juggle, so he couldn't juggle. I wondered why the ball appeared to be getting bigger, and then it hit me. The two meanings here, it hit me, can mean when something suddenly occurs to you. When you realize something all of a sudden, you could say it hit me. And also they mean literally, the ball hit this person, right? It appeared to be getting bigger because it was coming closer. Eating a clock is very time consuming. So here, something that's time consuming means it takes a lot of time or it wastes time, right? Something that takes a long time to do. But also consuming means to eat. So they mean eating a clock, you are literally eating time, consuming time. A prisoner's favorite punctuation mark is a period because it ends his sentence. Okay, this one, right? They mean literal period ending a sentence. You know, the punctuation that's in British English they might call full stop, a period, right? Because it ends his sentence. Also, we call the time that a prisoner serves a sentence. Writing with a broken pencil is pointless. Pointless has two definitions here, right? One, if something is pointless, we mean it's a waste of time or there's no reason to do it. But also they mean literally, the pencil has no point, so you cannot write with it. Why couldn't the bicycle stand on its own? It was too tired, right? Too tired here has two meanings. It only has two tires, right? So it couldn't balance and stand on its own. They also mean it was too tired, as in too sleepy, very sleepy. And the last one, she broke her finger, but on the other hand, she was completely fine. Two meanings here, right? She broke her finger. So literally look at her other hand, the hand that did not break a finger, and that is fine. Also mean completely fine, like means she's okay. There's nothing wrong with her. Yeah, so these are puns. I went through them very quickly. I'm trying to go through this quickly. Another random image. I think this is hilarious. Okay, basically on the left is what you think you look like when you fall asleep in public. And the picture on the right is what you actually look like when you fall asleep in public. Okay, we've done some vocabulary, parasite, and we've done predator. Look at kind of some more here. What is the difference between a centipede and a millipede? What is the difference between a year, a decade, a century, and a millennium? And what is the difference between monotheism and polytheism? Okay, these two creatures are similar but different, right? And you can't count the number of legs because different species of these have different number of legs. But basically, centipedes have longer antennae, right? The things coming out of the top of their head, their antenna. Their legs extend outward. They don't go down. They can bite and are predatory, and some of them are poisonous, can really hurt you to get bit by them. So the millipedes on the bottom are more scavengers, right? If you'd like to pick up bugs like this, do not pick up a centipede. They can bite you. Some of them are poisonous. They're very predatory. They attack and kill and eat other insects. But the millipedes are, I guess, a little more gentle, right? Their legs go down. So you could pick those up, play with them, touch them, pet them, do whatever you want with them. They usually won't bite you. They're scavengers, so they do eat meat, but they don't attack and kill meat. They just eat whatever they find. So the top one, the centipedes, don't touch them. Bottom one, millipedes, okay to touch if you like bugs. A year is 365 days. A decade is 10 years. A century is 100 years. A millennium is 1,000 years or 10 centuries. Monotheism is the belief in one God. Polytheism is the belief in more than one God. Adjective forms of these words are polytheistic and monotheistic. Now, God is supposed to be uppercase or capitalized in monotheism, meaning in religions that believe in only one God, you always capitalize God wherever it is in the sentence. If a religion is polytheistic, believes in more than one God, you don't capitalize the word God, but you would capitalize the individual God's names. Random image, okay, right? These guys are pretending to be in a car going through the drive-thru in McDonald's. Here we have some random questions, or basically just some trivia questions. All right, what is the most common color for basketballs? We have a geography question here. What U.S. state is between California and Utah? In Greek mythology, what is the name of the god of dreams? And you like how I told you not to capitalize God in polytheistic religion, and then I just did it. Yes, that was a mistake there. And 4, what element is combined with iron to make steel? The most common basketball color is orange. A lot of students guess that. Some of them guess brown. The state that's located between California and Utah is Nevada. Most students don't get that because they don't care. They really just don't care about the geography in the U.S. The Greek god of dreams is Morpheus, and the element used to turn iron to steel is carbon. right? Steel is an alloy, a man-made metal. Iron is a naturally occurring metal. Here's another random image that I thought was funny. Which of the following is the largest? A peanut, an elephant, the moon, or a kettle? And this woman answered an elephant, which is funny because elephants are not larger than the moon. Feel sorry for her. Okay, what does random mean? Basically, random means that something that doesn't occur in any particular order, right? We'll talk more about random definitions in other of these random PowerPoints. I have 7 of them. All right, what did you learn today? Let me know in the comments if you're interested in doing that. This is almost unnecessary. Basically, I just complained how long it took me to put this together. Normally about, 6 hours. This one took a little less than 5. Random image for thank you. So we've got different ways to say thank you in different languages. Of course, they're all spelled in using the alphabet we use in English. I'm not going to look at every single one of those. You'll see she is really small. That's the Chinese one. Top one, arigato. That would be Japanese. Thank you, English. Gracias would be Spanish. Danke would be German. And merci would be French. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope you liked this. I hope you got something out of it. We'll see how this does. Again, I have 7 of these, so 6 more of these random ones where I pick not really random things, but I usually do some grammar and vocabulary in each of them and some other stuff. It depends on the lesson. All right, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. All right, bye-bye.